MLT, and I'm an alcoholic addict.
What's up? Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT, and I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm Fleece. Go Phillies!
Go Giants!
Oh.
Yeah, Giants and Phillies are doing good this year. That's
Eight-game
for
winning streak.
darn sure.
That's for you, Rolo.
For sure. Phillies are looking good. 8-day winning streak. That's pretty badass.
8 games.
8 game. I mean, that's what I meant. 8 day, 8 games. Same thing. Let me turn this light on. See what happens. How's everybody today? Is everybody happy? Like, how's your recovery really going? What do you think about this whole recovery process and what you're going through at this moment? Look inside. Let me know how you feel about life at this very moment. Or are you saying only when and only if I get to this point, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be happy. If I can get to 60 days clean, if I can get to 1 year clean, soon as I get 1 year clean, then I'll be happy. We call that the 100-foot pole, right? So I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to concentrate, meditate on this because I need an answer. Are you happy? For 1. How's recovery and life going for you? For 2. And number 3, answer this. What happens when you get to the top of the 100-foot pole? What happens when you achieve that goal? Only the correct answer will be talked about. And then I will read an article about it. So what happens when you reach the top of the 100-foot pole? If I could just lose 30 pounds, okay, now you're 30 pounds lighter, you've reached the top of that 100-foot pole. Now what?
Now I'm happy.
If I could just get this title at my work and get this raise, then I'll be happy. Then I will have achieved something. You hit the top of the 100-foot pole. Now what? Or, oh man, I make $12 an hour. If I could only make $18 an hour. Oh, what if I can make $20 an hour? If I can just make $20 an hour, then I'll ... right? What happens when you reach the top of the 100-foot pole? Anyway, this is a show about addiction, staying clean, staying sober. I started my journey because I needed to get sober. And now it's become a life mission and a journey just to be happy day to day and make each day better. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about what it means to what happens when you reach the top of that.
Which is then I start
to climb the next pole. Wrong answer. Keep
Wrong.
meditating. It's a meditating question. And I'm not going to answer this till towards the end of the show. Until we're not going to read that article about till the end of the show either. So really give it some thought and think about your life and the way that us addicts set goals. Geesh is in here. Geesh and I had a little conversation about that zap. We're all looking for this. When I just get to this point, then zap, things are going to be better. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. When we reach the top of this 100-foot pole, we set our life and it's run by guilt and shame. I'm not good enough now, but when I reach the top of that pole, I'll be better, right? So we'll get into that. But yeah, I was an alcoholic. I didn't realize that alcohol, I kind of knew at one point in my life that alcohol would take me down. I was about 22 years old. I was drinking Coronas. My grandma was still alive. No, my dad was living in my grandma's house. My grandma was dead. But I was staying there and I started drinking like a 6-pack a night. And I was like, whoa, I can see why my uncles are alcoholics. And then I just stopped. I don't know what it was. And I still drank a little here and there, but I just was partying and doing that kind of stuff. But man, in my late 30s, alcohol really took me for a ride. Just crazy took me for a ride. Tracy Wolf, welcome. Glad you're here. So yeah, please share this out. Let your friends know that we are here. We have 24-hour recovery resources. And another thing I want a little update to is, that we sold our house. We moved into this apartment and now we have 1 more month left in this apartment. So the next 4 weeks here, and the digital stuff that we're doing is going to kind of be sporadic and stuff like that. We do have the class that I'm going to start again, but I don't really want to start anything until I get us moved into our more permanent location. Because once we move back to the north, back into Pleasant View, that's where we're going to settle for, a few years at least a few years, So that's going to be what I'm going to call our permanent home. So once we get to that more permanent location where I can take my studio out of this tiny little, what you would call a dining room in a 2-bedroom apartment.
I guess you could fit a kitchen table.
You could, well, this is technically a kitchen table.
Yeah, but they don't really fit.
Yeah. So this is a little tiny dining room, like tiny, like the kitchen is right there. The living room is right behind this camera. And once I get to where I can have my studio, I can get my photography set up, my videos set up. I can get my planning down. I can start shooting videos. It's a better location. And then I will start the classes, and we'll probably even maybe we're looking at doing one more live stream again a week. But until everything kind of gets settled down, smoothed out, and things get rolling better here locally, will we know for sure. So just know that the next month is just going to be kind of us winging it. Our hiking lives kind of went out the window. Today was a crazy, grueling hike. We went 7.4 miles. Long hike. We went a long one.
We all lost like 5 pounds.
Literally. I
Like
left the
dehydrated.
house at 2:07 and got back and I weighed 202. It's crazy.
We were thirsty.
So I'm going to let Fleece say what's up to everybody in the comments and then see what some of your answers are to that question. What do you do when you finally reach the top of that 100-foot pole? And everybody, remember, we have Asia and Teeter right here. We are praying for Asia. Teeter's going through some tough times. People in his family are sick and not well. He's missing his better half. And so our hearts and our thoughts go out to Teeter today. And
Love you, Teeter,
just to
and
let
love
you
you,
know that
Asia.
if you guys do want any prayers or thoughts and stuff and want it addressed on here on the show, send me a picture. We'll put you in the corner and you can hang out with us on our live streams. So here we go.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome, Nicole Brower.
Nicole Brower.
The other Nicole.
Welcome to the show.
Hello. Teeter, we love you, man. Rough week, but you made it. So glad. Joe, Jeanette, how you doing? Let's see. We also got Brad. Who's Brad? Derek, welcome. Welcome, Derek. Hashtag share squad. Share us out. Jim, God bless all my recovery brothers and sisters. Thank you for sharing my journey over the last 6 months. Wouldn't be where I am without you.
Same, Jim.
We love you, Jim.
You are definitely a good piece of this puzzle.
Who else is in here? Jamie? Oh, this one's Jamie. Hi, Jamie Rose. What is up, my dude?
Jamie did a great job hosting a meeting the other day.
Yeah, that was
So
the
cool.
Discord one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
We have a daily meeting in the Discord at 1:00 p.m. Mountain Time. That's Utah time. Every single day, 1:00. Sometimes I make it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I sleep right through it.
What's up, Tracy?
Tracy.
Been a long time since
Yeah,
I've
it
been
has
able
been
to
a
watch you
minute.
live. Yeah,
Glad you're here.
Glad you're here. Glad you made it. There's Mad peeking through the bushes.
Huh?
Oh, Mad.
Ooh.
There's Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Mark, who's John Meadows? Do you know John Meadows?
No, I'm gonna have to Google it.
Marilyn W. Always a pleasure. Love seeing you here. I saw you there, Mr. Hey, Mark. What up? Air Squad. Thanks, Petey. Always count on you, man. Always.
Oh, geez, John Meadows is buff.
Oh, dang.
He didn't pass away or something, did he?
R.I.P. John Meadows. No, he said he did. Bodybuilder. Grandma T. Thanks for a lovely dinner the other night. Went through memory lane with Grandma T.
Yeah,
Ate
that
some
was
wheat.
cool.
That was fun. What's up, Facebook user?
Hi, Mommy.
The Meadows Row. He's got a special row. Interesting.
What happens when you... Oh, with the bar in the corner? Yeah. That's a good back workout. Very nice. Very nice.
What's up, Jake?
Duke Wayne.
We went and saw a pretty awesome musical play with Duke Wayne the other night.
That was so fun.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Lanky went with us. Oh, meet the new member of our family, Jackie. This is Jackie.
Jackie hiked 7.4 miles today with those little legs. 2 months old. If she can do it, you can do it.
But she's got 4 legs.
I was thinking if all
says-
4 of her legs were stacked up, it still wouldn't make one of ours.
That's true. We have 2 options in life. 1, hit the leg and live long and prosper. Or 2, Stub your toe.
Heck yeah.
Yep. There was photos.
Thank you, Jamie. Down the Discord.
Ooh, I'll have to look.
I posted some of these photos right here in the. Did I do it in the Utah Peeps? Nope. I did it in the Arts and Photos.
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah. Let
pretty
me
cool night.
let me share this real quick. I'll do a little screen share and show you the picture that Jamie was talking about there. Look at that. What do you think about that? Let me show you. Hold on. Bam. There it is.
There she is.
Look at that picture.
That was about what, 3 miles in?
Yeah, that's when we were still smiling and happy. And then we went all the way around to the back of that canyon. Then
Yeah.
it took us up and around these pines over on the right.
And
And just
clear
clear. It just
over,
kept going and going and
like
going.
4 miles the other direction from the truck, and then we had to walk back. Finally, Millie had enough, and so I stayed with her and Linky at the bottom part, and LT and Zylan hiked another 20 minutes up to get the truck.
Yeah, we had to finish the hike, go get the truck, and come back and pick up the girls.
Yeah, it was a beautiful view.
It was
And then
miserable.
and then it was hot.
We learned a life lesson, man. Like the kids got to learn it. We all got to learn it. When you go on a hike like that and you hit that point of no return, you're at 3 to 4 miles in. It's miserable. It's hot. We were running out of water. The dogs are tired. Everybody's legs are hurting. The dirt's kicking into our shoes. And it's like, well, like acceptance. You can get mad. You can get upset. But the fact of the matter is you got to keep going that way to get back to the truck for another 4 miles.
Right.
And you just have to accept it. It's a lot like recovery, man. It was cool. It was a good lesson.
What up, Carla?
You got a joke for us, bud?
Joke.
I do got a joke.
What's up, Shree?
Why did the kid throw the clock out the window? Because he wanted to see time fly.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Ting. Good one.
I'm going to pose this question again to the people that just showed up. You in life, us addicts, us driven people that have the minds that are considered ADD and all that kind of stuff, but we're highly driven, focused people that see the world just a little different, right? What is it going to be like once you achieve this or that? Once I lose 15 pounds, then I will be ... If I can get this job and make $25 an hour, I will finally be ... What we call that is climbing the 100-foot pole. So my question to you is, what happens when you finally reach the top of the 100-foot pole? Give me an answer. Only the correct answer will I say correctly. And did you know incorrect is spelled incorrect, whether you spell it incorrect or not?
Good
Right?
to know.
Isn't that right? Link, is that right?
Linky, Tori Jim's got a joke for you.
Love your jokes.
Hey, Link. What do you call a cougar? Oh, I can't hide it. That needs hearing aids.
What?
You call it a Def Leppard.
The guy on the play came out playing Def Leppard, and he had his one arm and he only had one drumstick.
That was funny.
The drummer for Def Leppard has one arm.
Matt says, I will finally be relieved. I achieved my goal.
Relieved and achieved the goal. It's actually answering this question may even start to put that spark inside you. Like, I need to answer this question or I'm not, or I'm a fear of being wrong. What is the answer to this question? Now this question has become our 100-foot pole.
Good
So
job,
what
Jim.
happens when you reach the top of this 100-foot pole? Keep meditating. Mad, that is the wrong answer.
Add another 100 feet. There is no end.
Wrong answer.
That's what.
Merc, wrong.
Let's take it to the moon.
So we're going to talk about partial recovery, right? Half measures avail us nothing. Recovery from addictive disease is not a process of a straightforward line. We learned that. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. Most people recovery in stages over time. We all recover at different progress. It's progress, not perfection. And we can't compare ourselves to other people's recovery because we all recover differently. And it's not a straight line of just easy peasy. Here we go. What's that? Easy peasy chicken sneezy?
Easy peasy Japanesey. But then
Lemon
I think that
squeezy?
got racist. So now it's lemon squeezy.
Lemon squeezy. So they spend time, right? So they develop a new understanding of the disease and of recovery. They spend time applying, integrating that new knowledge in their daily life. So we learn, we apply and integrate into our daily lives. That's recovery. We learn and apply, learn and apply. Then we become comfortable, and then we coast a while before the need for new knowledge develops. So it's learn, apply, coast, and sometimes stress will make us turn back. And I'll show you a diagram here in a little bit. It is common for recovering people to temporarily backslide in their recovery. And this often happens when they are attempting to put their new knowledge to work. The stress of change temporarily gets the best of them, and then they slide back for a while. And as the stress goes down, they talk about how to better manage the situation. They roll up their sleeves and they get started again. Many recovery people eventually achieve long-term and comfortable sobriety, but not after a bunch of learning lessons, right? Recovery, remember, not a straight line,
This
but
one.
it's that jaggedy one. And then we're going to look at this too. So if you want to, if I can get it to come in clear.
And screenshot.
Too late. Nah. Many recovering people do not make it all the way through the recovery process. Partial recovery begins when they confront a recovery task they believe to be unmanageable or insurmountable. Oh my God, I can't do it. Oh my gosh, another stress factor in my life. I'm trying to do my best and this just keeps happening. I don't want to talk and break anonymity to our group, but somebody went through something the other day so perfectly that I've got to mention it, and I will change the names to fit the situation. They are in recovery. They just got out of a place that none of us wants to be. Quit drugs and alcohol and all that kind of great stuff, right? He just keeps getting blessed, and
Or she.
or she or they or whatever pronoun you want to be assigned to it. I don't give a shit.
I'm anonymity. Anonymous.
But anyway, things are going good. And then they receive a ticket from a cop, which in our old way and old thinking could be that insurmountable stress that just causes us to, see, every time I try, life is against me. But instead of that attitude, they kept the attitude they had the day before when the things are doing good and going good for them, putting the right foot forward, making the next right decision, calls the police officer and says, hey, look, this is what's going on. And this is why that car was there and this and that. And the cop was like, let me see what I can do. Maybe I can reduce it down to like $35. All right. So she's like, call me tomorrow. Calls again. Hey, this is what's going on. I'm in recovery. I'm trying to make this and that. I'm taking the next best step forward. And the cop was like, you know what? Let me just rewrite this as a warning. Bam, done. Now, that could have been a recovery process that just got hit, with the negative attitude, slipped right back into that old mindset and that bad thinking, right back to the drugs because nothing ever works out for me, or press through, put some pressure on it, some positive pressure into it. Go tell and be honest and talk about what you're going through and try to take care of it. You never know what's going to happen. And by doing that, great things happened. Better reputation, uplifted to spirits, no ticket. So good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, I like what Sky said about your question. Happy but unfulfilled, because I should be able to be happy in the moment because it's all I have technically.
Sky is on the right track to answering this question correctly. Good answer, Sky.
Jeanette, I think once you get to the top, you're still not truly happy, satisfied, because then you just want more.
Wrong answer. But you're on the right
though.
track too. You are on the right track as well.
Straight killing it with positivity.
Yeah. Guiche has kind of inspired a whole bunch of people, and I think that mindset was in his mind when he was confronted with the officer. But Guiche was like, you know what? I'm going to confront every day with a positive attitude, no matter what comes at me. And he got pneumonia, but it was only in one lung. So he was able to say, well, at least it's only in one. Debbie Tucker, welcome to the show.
Got a newbie.
Let us know who you are, how you doing, and what's your clean date and all that kind of stuff if you want to. But if you're not, no big deal. Welcome to the show. We are glad you are here. We are going through a book called Staying Sober by Terrence Gorski. This is a guide for relapse prevention. We have to understand and learn post-acute withdrawal. We have to understand and learn about what our life is and why we feel stressed out, why we can't handle our thoughts and our emotions. And once we start getting that stuff figured out, then we can come up to a great relapse prevention plan and start making gains. You're wrong.
The answer to the question, no, I'm not happy. Have to put my fake happy face on, though, and be strong for others.
That's not, it's okay to feel that. There it did it again.
So weird.
Why does it do that?
Fake it till you make it, Teeter.
Yeah.
What up, Jerry, Brittany?
Absolutely.
And yes, These are watermelon earrings,
Watermelon earrings.
courtesy of Millie.
Many recovering people do not make it all the way through the recovery process. Partial recovery begins when they confront a recovery task they believe to be unmanageable or insurmountable. This insurmountable recovery task is called a stuck point. Being stuck causes them to fail to complete all of the recovery tasks. The consequences is that they may remain uncomfortable and experience a low quality of sobriety. You just have this point in your life, you just can't get over it, and you become stuck, and then you're not satisfied, you're not happy. And it has to do with working your program and your mind and your emotions, not like what Teeter's going through. Teeter's going through life on life terms events. He feels sad, he feels depressed, lonely, has to be the strong person in the room for the other people that are sad. That's normal. That's life, and he's handling it well. He was reaching out instead of isolating. How easily he could isolate right now. All he has to do is turn off his computer and put his phone on silent, and he's by himself completely. But no, he goes and says, "Hey," hits me up in the messenger and was like, "Hey, I need a Zoom." We all jump in there and we say, "Just spill your guts, bud. That's why we're here. Feel it, cry, do whatever you got to do." And that's the kind of community we are growing here in Recovering Addict, is to support and love one another. And Teeter is utilizing it. And by utilizing it, he's staying sober. Is it easy? No. Is it fun? No. Does he feel sad and upset? Yeah. But that's okay. That's life. He's living life on life's terms. Is he going to be stronger on the other side of this? Absolutely. Is he going to be able to help somebody else through this? Absolutely. Can somebody that's going through a similar situation get inspired now? 100%. So Teeter, shout out to you, bud.
What's up, Reggie George? Reggie George.
So
Reggie?
what happens when you get to the top of this 100-foot pole? Reggie, welcome to the show.
And congrats on 2/20/21.
Nice,
Keep it up, girl.
Debbie.
Keep it up.
February 20th, 2020 or 21. That's good. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. That's 6 months. That's good. That's awesome.
Mayor's daughter. I haven't seen you in a while.
Hey,
Back here.
welcome. Long time no see.
Feeling this positivity.
Hashtag Teeter Tools.
Theater tools.
Hashtag Teeter Tools. A healthy and productive response to hitting a stuck point is to temporarily back off in order to lower the stress. The next step is to rationally examine the stuck point by discussing it with other people and then seek appropriate help in coping with it. Look, I've come up against this wall, man. It's starting to frustrate me. You back off, right? Okay, quit trying to run your head through the wall. Back off, look around at it, look at your situation. Hopefully you've been writing down your goals, and hopefully you've been trying to change little things every day. And when you get to these stuck points, you go back to your recovery, your relapse prevention plan that we always talk about, and you can call the first person on the list and work your way down until somebody answers, or jump in the Discord and say, "Hey, can we just talk about this for a little bit?" and work on it, right? And how to cope with this so that you don't get stressed out and go back to your old ways of coping, which is to numb out and forget it, right? We don't want to do that.
Right. No, we do not have a 6-month video. We have a 60-day video. I wish. Yeah. See
Sir?
the new hat?
This is the new hat.
Can you guys see the side?
That's the one. Oh, look at this. So we ordered them.
That's why these were trial hats. That's why I didn't get a whole bunch.
Yeah, so we made some of these ones. And so we're trying new little things, right? So we got this one. It says Recovering Addict. And then we put it on the side. But look at let me take that off of this. Look at the way that they spelled our website. recoveryaddict.org. That's not our website. Our website is Recovering Addict.
Oh,
This one,
wait.
Merc, I'm
What
going to
did you
send to
want me
you,
take
bro.
off? What was I taking off?
What?
The comment or the website?
The comment.
Yeah, Recovery Addict. I was like, that's not right. Ah, yeah. We got watermelon somewhere.
So when you
Yummy.
get to this stuck point. You reach out to friends and you ask your support group for help. That could be here at Recovering Addict. That could be locally. It could be a friend, your sponsor, right? Those are productive steps into continuing down your path of sobriety. Instead of taking these productive steps, many people who are stuck in recovery use denial to cope. Don't forget, denial isn't just a one-time thing. Denial is just embedded inside us with a lot of the stuff that we confront every time we, you heard that new levels and new devils. To get past that new level, of a form of denial is in there somewhere, because it's self-confrontation and a deeper understanding of self that you have to accept. And we've been denying the whole time. And so when we hit these walls in recovery and we get stuck, we battle this point of denial, right? And we use denial to cope with that point. The denial is not used consciously. They automatically block the awareness that something is wrong. The stuck point produces stress. The denial, while temporarily blocking the awareness of the stress, eventually intensifies it. So the fact that you're in denial unconsciously about it intensifies the stress as you're trying to move through this block in recovery. The role of denial in partial recovery, right? Partial recovery begins when the stuck point is denied. The person says, my recovery is fine. There's nothing wrong with me. And this is if I can get this to show up well, you can screenshot it. I knew I should have took a picture of it.
You need longer arms.
Shoot. Yeah, my arms are too short. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that.
Right now. Go. I like this. Denial. Don't even know I'm lying. That's what that means.
Right.
What's up, Christy? Glad you're here. Been a
Hey,
while.
Christy. Long time no see. What happens when we get to the top of the 100-foot pole? I asked this question because I'm kind of bouncing between two topics here. We're talking about partial recovery, getting stuck in the recovery process and the denial and the stress and what we need to do to cope with that point as we work through up the ladder of recovery, right? The second part is there's a 100-foot pole. Once you climb to the top of this 100-foot pole, what do you do next, right? And that 100-foot pole looks like, if I had this job, then I will be ... If I could lose 30 pounds, then I'll be happy. If I could just get married and have a couple kids, and once I reach that, then I'm happy, right? And I can't wait to read this little article. I've read it like 5 times, and it's been in my mind for like 2 days now. And we're going to read it, so don't go away. Back to Staying Sober by Terence Gorski here. So as the stress increases, right? Denial, stress, you get stuck, it's stress, you're in denial. And now as this stress increases, post-acute withdrawal. If you don't know what post-acute withdrawal is, I would suggest that you look at your drug of choice, take into consideration your age, how long you did this drug, and understand the long-term effects of this drug that this drug has on your body. And then you'll see, okay, my body has to heal, my mind and my organs, from being poisoned for so long with whatever drug or alcohol. And then look back over your relationships and understand the way that you deal and behave in a relationship. What bridges have you burned? And then and on top of that social, look at your criminal history, which you maybe have to dig out of if you're going through divorces, or if you're going through, charges, you're on paper and probation. You kind of that's post-acute withdrawal. Everything's is wrapped up in there, and recovering from that. So you go through a stabilization period where the chemical comes out, you start thinking clearly, and now because of the damage done to your biopsychosocial, you're having to heal through a lot of this process. And the more you understand about what your body is going through, your body and your mind and your spirit are going through during this process, the more likely you are to succeed and have a better, happy sobriety than not understanding, hitting these walls and, reverting back and backsliding. And then eventually a backslide can turn right into a relapse.
What's up, Brad? We love you too, man.
What's up, babe? So this means people develop difficulty in thinking clearly, managing feelings and emotions, remembering things, recognizing and managing stress, all part of post-acute withdrawal. They may also have difficulty sleeping restfully, or they may become accident prone. Many recovering people do not consciously recognize post-acute withdrawal symptoms. This may be because they do not know about it. That's why I said go and search it out. It may also be that stress is blocking their ability to think clearly about themselves. Are you so stressed out you can't think clearly about yourself? As a result, they cannot manage the post-acute withdrawal symptom. Instead, they attempt to cope with them with what? More of that D word. Denial. When you talking about the river, right? Isn't that the joke? Every time you say denial, you have to say that joke.
Yeah. Yes.
The sober singer in the house. Woo!
What's up,
Oh,
sober singer?
changed his name. Look at that.
What's up, Geesh?
There's a man of the hour right there.
Sean.
Hey, Geish, we were just talking about you. Did you just join the show like right now and you didn't catch the beginning? Because if that's the case, I have a question for you. All right, so denial. The denial raises the stress. The stress makes the post-acute withdrawal worse. The post-acute withdrawal creates more problems. And these problems create additional stress that further aggravate the This is a cycle. Right?
That sounded like the head bone's connected to the
Shoulder bone.
The denial bone's connected to the stress bone.
That's true. All right, Geish.
Like.
Do you remember when we were talking about that zap? I'm just looking to the future. If I can get to this point in recovery, then bam, I'm going to be good. Right? So I've been reading this book called Driven. And there's this little chapter on it about stabilization. And the first 5 paragraphs of this talks about a pole, a 100-foot pole. So I'm going to ask you this question. When you climb this 100-foot pole, what then? You get to the top. You've achieved the goal, right? At this point in my life, if I can just get 6 months sober, I will be happy. Or if I could get a job that pays the bills, I will be happy. If my wife and I finally can get to this point in life, we will be happy, right? If I can make $25 an hour, if I can lose 30 pounds, if I can own a Mustang, if I can have a truck, if I can, the list is never ending of all the little goals we can set, right? And those are the 100-foot poles I'm talking about, that zap, that finally, bap, there it is. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So here's the question, and it needs to be answered tonight, and it will be. At the end of the show here in about 15 minutes, I'm going to read this article. What happens when you get to the top of the 100-foot pole?
If you're like Mulan, you celebrate.
If, Jamie, that's right.
If. Did she get it right?
Nope.
Oh. Well, you said that's right. Got excited.
Well, it's true. Like if I can do this, if. It's true. But our if is like looking past, like once I finally do, then I will be what? And it has a lot to do with what you think about yourself, how you perceive yourself, whether you think you're stupid or whether you think you're not good enough. Finally, if I get to this point, if I finally get a good job that pays this much, my family will respect me. I will feel better about myself because I don't like myself. I'm not smart enough now, but if I can do this and that, then I'll show them that I'm not stupid. Right? Do you fall or fly? No, wrong.
Poor Jeanette. At least you keep trying. Persistence. Sheree says, make a new goal.
Wrong.
Jim says, just strap on tight and roll with my recovery.
Duct tape yourself to the top.
Did you guys see that flight attendant guy, the dude on the airplane get duct taped? But then the interview after, that guy was hilarious.
I'm trying to make another one of those.
Dude.
I got bronchitis.
Oh, yeah. Wrap him up like a mummy. So, no. Not self-perception is the devil some days.
100%.
Gosh. I feel like I really felt that, Jeanette. I embraced it. Gah. Hope I did it justice.
The original stuck point, back to the staying sober. The original stuck point is often overshadowed by severe problems that result from mismanaging the post-acute withdrawal. A person becomes preoccupied with these problems and fails to identify the primary cause of what is happening. Remember when we used to talk about the 5 whys, right? The primary cause, the root cause of the problem. When you start trying to solve what you perceive to be the problem, you're wasting your time and putting forth effort that doesn't do anything. You ask yourself, here's the problem. You ask, why does this happen? Because of this. And then you ask, well, why does that happen? Because of this. Why does this happen? And usually by that 5th why, you found the root cause. If you can take care of that 5th why, the root cause, then you will take care of that main problem.
So
right?
Ask yourself why.
Why? 5 times.
Why?
Right? Do y'all remember the whole thing that went about it with the Jefferson Memorial? There was the rocks were falling apart from this memorial because they were power washing it too much. And they were like, well, we need to quit power washing it. So why are we power washing it? Well, there's bird poop all over it. Oh, okay, put up nets. So they put up nets around this thing. Birds still got in, and plus the nets were ugly. That was not the root cause of the problem. Well, why are the birds here? Oh, they're eating all the bugs. Why are the bugs here? Oh, because the bugs are eating the moths. Why are the moths here? Oh, because the lights are on. So they turned the lights off sooner and turned them on later, reduced the bugs, reduced the moths, reduced the spiders, reduced the birds, reduced the poop, and they didn't have to wash it as much. But they wasted so much time trying to figure out how to get the birds out of there, then onto the spiders, then onto the moths. You know? Get to the root cause. Thank you, Bryson. These are my blue blockers.
Bryson?
We spent 7.4 miles hiking today in the blistering sun. We're burnt, and I think my eyeballs are fried. So,
Love the 5 whys.
me too.
Same.
So back to our stuck point. He or she becomes progressively more stressed. The increased stress leads to a state of free-floating anxiety and compulsion. The person feels compelled to do something, anything, to relieve the anxiety and compulsion, often adopting compulsive behaviors that temporarily relieve the stress. The compulsive behavior, however, produces additional long-term problems in exchanging for the short-term relief. That's not taking care of the root cause, is it? That's grabbing onto a compulsion, a different type of addiction, and relieving the pain just temporarily and just prolonging it, pushing it off.
To answer your question, Shree, we won. Duh. We won the pickleball.
Oh, so we did. Okay, so my sister and her new husband showed up. My brother was in Sturgis at a motorcycle thing, so he didn't make it. So next Friday, the competition's on. I'm going to film the whole thing because we all have pickleball outfits, and I will upload a funny YouTube video about it. So this whole substitute compulsions, right? In an effort to cope with stress, substitute compulsions such as overworking, overeating, and overspending are used. These compulsive behaviors bring short-term relief, but increase the stress in the long run.
Stress and anxiety used to completely shut me out. Now I reach out to y'all.
Good job, Jim.
Attaboy, Jim.
That's how you do it. Bryson likes my SpongeBob. Shree.
Boopski.
Eventually, the stress leads to an activation of the relapse process, and people experiencing it begin losing control. As the loss of control breaks into conscious awareness, they see the handwriting on the wall. If they keep doing what they are doing, they will use alcohol, drugs, go crazy, or attempt suicide to turn off the pain.
It's true.
At this point, they can often reactivate their recovery programs and life is stabilized. They progress in recovery until the same block is encountered over and over again. They progress in recovery until the same block is encountered over and over again. Anything else to address?
Teeter ate all the fruit.
Teeter.
I'm glad you're eating fruit, Teeter. Very good lifestyle change. Watermelon's super good for you.
Here, Sean, slow-mo this. That's for Sean.
Do something cool.
Sean uploaded, man. He's editing so Sean's taking these live streams and then chopping them into like 3 to 6 minute clips, whatever, however it works out. And then that last one he did, it was freaking phenomenal. I love it.
And I noticed I stared at the comments too much, so I've been trying to stare at the people. If it gets awkward, let me know. I'm staring right into their souls.
Brad says, yeah, truth. It was all that messed it up. Savage was mine before. I never reached out. I never talked to him. I never tried. Screwed it up big time. Now Sean is my new one. Right on,
Yep,
bro.
good job. The Truth done got himself or looking for a sponsor. If
Brad says,
anybody's
hi,
willing.
Link. Hi, Millie. Teeter wants a late night Zoom.
I've did it all except suicide, and times the only thing stopped that is because it's an unforgivable sin.
Murder.
It's very sad.
Self-murder is crazy, man. So eventually the stress becomes so severe that the relapse process, marked by progressive internal and external dysfunction, begins to develop. The person recognizes the risk of relapse. Whoa, it's good to recognize that relapse. That's why we need to understand where we are in our recovery, so that as we talked about it before and we learned it from this book, that we're walking up that down escalator, and as soon as we stop moving up, the escalator starts taking us down, and that's where relapse starts, right? That's where our roadblocks and our stuck happens. Once we recognize that, and we can continue to press and move forward through reaching out to our sponsors and understanding things, through talking to groups and reading and educating and listening to things like this, we can continue forward. Because once we get to the bottom of that escalator, we usually end up drinking or using drugs, and then we start the whole stinking process over again. You know, it's a lot easier to stay sober than it is to get sober.
That's true.
Oh, Linky's got a quote.
Winners are not people who never fail, but are people who never quit.
That's true. Winners are people who never quit. Okay, so let's get back into that first question. That is part 1 of staying sober, partial recovery. Part 2 of that will be next Sunday night. Now, the question we proposed at the beginning, what happens when you reach the top of this 100-foot pole? It has to do with life, right? No work or love will flourish out of guilt, fear, or hollowness of heart, just as no valid plans for the future can be made by those who have no capacity for living now. And that's Alan Watts.
Alan
Watts. Okay. Last chance to try to answer this question. What happens when you get to the top of this pole?
Quitters never win, and winners never quit.
That's
I like that, Jim.
Your turn to talk for a minute, please.
My turn to talk for a minute. Put me on the spot.
Nobody's going to answer. Come on.
Nobody knows. You told them all they were wrong so many times. They think they quit. Brad said to slide down the pole.
Wrong.
Merc is just sitting on top of the pole waiting for the answer.
Merc's perching like a bird.
Bird pitcher. Jim,
Start a new poll. Wrong.
Good night, Jim.
Night, Jim.
Pretend to be a Ghostbuster?
Is that Jake?
No, it's Brad. Take what you've learned and share with others. What happens at the top of the pole?
Okay, here we go. I'm going to read it to you.
Say the question one more time.
What happens when you get to the top of this 100-foot pole? Then what?
Then what? I don't know. Jeanette is crushed because she's had so many wrong answers. We need to build these people back up.
Sorry, Jeanette. This is pretty profound, so pay attention here. I'm going to read this verbatim. Meditation practitioners use a riddle to deepen their understanding of being in the present. Cherie, wrong you are.
I still like Jeanette's new poll idea.
Okay,
Vertigo.
You can keep trying to answer, but I'm about to give you the answer now. Okay, the riddle is this. When you have finally reached the top of the 100-foot pole, what is the next step? Your logical linear monkeys, if asked this question, begin answered. There is obviously something to do after you reach your goal, right? Climb down or jump off. There's got to be something else to do after you get done, right? If the emotional monkey starts to chime in, they'll probably ask, relax. Do you relax? Do you take a breath? Do you pick another poll? I heard people say that. And the teacher's simply going to reply, wrong answer. More meditation to these responses.
Enjoy the view.
Wrong answer. More meditation.
The power of now. Power of now.
Eventually, the frustration at being repeatedly wrong, Jeanette,
Aw. Womp womp.
now, because we've been wrong so many times and the frustration is there, the goal-driven elephant inside us makes even engaging the question more and more difficult emotionally. How will I feel when I eventually get it right? Am I too stupid to get the right answer? Frustration and self-judgment persist until the split between the monkeys and the elephant eventually disappears. The question itself has become another pole to climb. We keep trying for the answer, seeking the perfect response, just as we seek this perfection in other areas of our lives. Looking for that ideal job, the spouse, the house, child, or achievement. With meditation, you recognize the parallel this question has to your own life, and you finally look for the answer in the present moment. And meditative practice of answering these types of questions is to completely eat the question until it is fully and unconditionally understood in every part of your being. Okay? Eventually, this answer will come to you. If I were to just shut it off right now and not address it till next week, it eventually would come to you. It'll come to you like you've been struck by lightning. You may find yourself laughing, thinking once again, there you are doing what you've always done in your life, looking for that finish line, right? Believing that getting the right answer will make you feel good about yourself. If I get the right answer, I'm going to feel good about myself. If I can just get to that freaking finish line, then I will feel good about myself. You may have been struggling for years with a question for which the answer is obvious, and it has been there the whole time, and you finally see the answer. The split between the mind and the body is gone. The observer falls away, and a deep spiritual truth becomes known. Often we laugh at ourselves. We never forget the experience that there is only one answer to the riddle about what to do when you reach the top of the 100-foot pole. What?
Tree said, just tell us the bloody answer, please.
The answer is, folks, drum roll, please. The answer is, there is no pole.
Boom.
There
Mind's
is
blown.
no pole. Think about that for a minute. What? There's no pole? What's he talking about? Because I want y'all to meditate on this the rest of the week. Go back and re-listen if you need to. I can even drop it in the Discord if you'd like.
Jeanette said, what the? You son of a.
And this is why.
Answer is patience, Sheree.
This is why. Listen.
Merc quit.
What?
There's no spoon. It is the Matrix.
There is no spoon. That totally entered my head too. And now, and this made me understand the Matrix when that spoon is bending and Neo asks that kid, how do you do that? He says, there is no spoon. Okay. We're constantly creating worlds in which there exists an illusion that if we jump over a hurdle, earn a certain amount of money, have a particular title, or climb that 100-foot pole, we will at last feel rewarded and safe. The key word to that statement I just said is illusion. There is no pole. There never was a pole. These poles, right? These achievements exist because the emotional and mental discontentment and fear that we aren't good enough now, but with a particular accomplishment, maybe we'll be okay. This belief is a horrible trick of the mind and is essentially a part of the human condition for driven, addicted people like us. This disconnected condition may be intolerable, a constant striving, a constant craving, a constant driving towards a future. It is propelled by the belief and the emotion that we are not good enough now. And you finally get that you're okay now, but you can always be better when you truly understand, listen, that better has no finish line. Once you understand that better has no finish line, you will experience fully that there is no pull. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That is taken from the book Driven, and I will drop that in the Discord in the Biblioteca.
Well, now Shree's got a new job as a pole dancer.
I got $1.
Oh, 100%. We can be happy at the moment while simultaneously having future goals. Ah, Jamie needed this stream tonight. Awesome. That part, 100%. So, like I said, another goal.
No,
No.
there's no pull.
No pull.
Jeanette.
Acceptance, Jeanette.
Acceptance, exactly.
Accept
If you
that
can't
you are
be
good
happy and
now.
good enough now, you're not going to be later either. We can achieve these things, what we've been chasing our whole lives, these little shiny objects. If you're anything like me, I've done everything. I've been in construction. I've chased money. I've chased salesmen. I've chased, when I say salesman, I mean stats and sales for a month. And every time I've even tried playing the piano. I'm like, I'm going to learn the piano. So I learned a hard song for Elise. I'm like, well, I guess I could be good at the piano. I just learned that song. I'm going to play the bass. Oh, I'm going to play the drums. And once I achieve these accomplishments, it just becomes boring because I'm on to the next shiny thing, thinking if I achieve that now, if I achieve this now, that illusion, then I'll finally be better. And the whole time, I just couldn't enjoy the moment and be where I'm at now. And knowing that I'll be better then is not a finish line. You're always going to continue to become better and better every day. That's the rest of our lives. There is no pull. We just strive now, right? To make little changes, to be happier the next day, and just continue to enjoy who we are now because you are good enough. You are smart enough. You know?
It's like the song that never ends.
Exactly.
Shree. Yes, that hit me. Better has no finish line. Isn't that right? Continually striving? Kind of. But also realizing you're good. You're good.
Be good now.
Oh, yes. 5 whys. Jeanette. Fine. Working. Accept it.
And it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it.
You learned something?
Exactly, Sky. It means you're missing now. Future tripping.
Future tripping. Just for today. Just for
What
today.
did Jamie say?
What did
You learned it for Felice. How nice.
what did you learn for me?
I don't know.
All the things. You learned all the things.
Heck yeah. That's good stuff, y'all. Think about that, man. Every day's getting better. I'm going to read that again. This discontented condition may be intolerable. A constant striving, a constant craving, a constant striving towards future is propelled by the belief and emotion that we are not good enough now, right? And you finally get that you're okay now, but you can always be better when you truly understand that better has no finish line. You will experience fully that there's no pull. We are looking to achieve that zap because we don't feel like we're good enough now. But we have to understand we are good enough now. Progress isn't perfection. It's just kind of an understanding thing, brings things into perspective that what did we do today? Did it work? Do it again tomorrow. Did it not work? Are there things about today that didn't work? Change it tomorrow and you'll start. And this doesn't have a finish line. And we just go on to the next day and enjoy it and do the best we can. And when we face challenges like what Teeter and Asia are going through right now, we reach out to a community of loving, sober people. And whether that's locally or digitally, and we use that, right? Every day gets better. Join us in the Discord. If you're not in there already, please hit like, love, and subscribe if you haven't already. We are here live every Sunday night. And like I said, this next month, we're going through a bunch of changes. We got to pack all this up again. We're moving back to Pleasant View. And
Nice.
then we're going to stabilize. This digital stuff's going to be better. I'm going to produce better videos and start writing. And that kind of stuff, plus what we're doing locally. You guys
You
want to pray?
learned for Elise on the piano.
I did learn.
For Elise.
Oh, for Felice. Yeah, no, I learned it on the piano. And it was crazy.
I'll have.
I got to where I could even play it like jazz, like remember that?
Talented. He's driven. We're learning.
I'm driven. We're driven. I'm driven.
Oh, can you put those books on Facebook too?
Exactly.
Also?
Exactly what Sean says. I'll be happy once I have. We all had it, dude. We still go through it now in recovery. You know, it's like, oh, I've been sober 2 years, but once I get to here, then I'll be happy. No, if you can't be happy now, you're not going to be happy then. So you got to learn to be happy now. And that, like somebody dropped, that self-acceptance. Accept your lot in life, the cards you were dealt, and make the most out of them. Debbie's piano teacher was so miserable.
Poor thing.
Mayor's daughter can't get back into Discord. Oh man, delete everything. And
she wants to know if you can put the books on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I will definitely on the private group. I'll throw in that book. Here, I'll drop it right now if I can. Dropping it.
You're right. Oh, and thanks for the invite, Alan, to Harley's birthday party.
Oh yeah.
I wish
Those
we could
are
be
not
there.
the books.
Yeah, those aren't it. There's like pictures of race cars and like
Booties.
yeah, there's a booty.
It's like those naughty books,
don't
Grey's
get-
Anatomy books.
Don't get that book.
So this
It's like
is
an orange book. Isn't it orange?
I need to go to my library. Douglas. It's driven by Douglas, Douglas Brackman.
Brackman. Brack.
Oh, there's a PDF.
Oh, that's cool.
Here, I'll just drop the Barnes & Noble one real quick. Click the link. All right, so here is a link to that book
All my words go
that I was quoting today. YouTube. What the heck? That's not right.
That was weird.
That was weird.
I wonder what that YouTube link is.
Probably to our channel.
Whoa, that link is huge.
All right, screw it. I'll drop it on Facebook. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Yes, we'll put it in Facebook, The Mayor's Daughter. Just check there.
What is that? Look at
And how are you guys in Discord, Jill? What did you guys do?
it. Who's in Discord, Jill? The Mayor's Daughter?
Teeter and The Mayor's Daughter can't get
Teeter
back
just
into-
can't figure it out.
can't get
He has
into
no
Discord.
excuse. Yeah, I'll drop the links later.
No linky?
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Amen. Platform drama.
All right, we'll be back with part 2 of Partial Recovery. I'll drop some of those links on the Facebook and in the Discord so you guys can get this book driven. I highly suggest this book. I haven't enjoyed a book like this for it's been a minute, and I've already listened to it about 1.5 times. And the second time I'm listening to it now, I'm just kind of jumping through chapters. But I'm going to order me a hard copy, and this may be a book that we actually go through here on Recovering Addict on Sunday nights at 8 p.m.
Yeah, y'all.
Possibly more in the future. We'll see what happens, but thank you all for showing up. Thank you for your support. Thank you, patron supporters, everything we're doing locally. We love y'all. Thank you for being here for my recovery. Thank you for everybody that hosts meetings in the Discord, and they're always there. You know who I'm talking about. The solid 20 out of 80, right? That are always there for the meetings and starting the meetings and keeping people encouraged to go. So until next Sunday, when we get
meetings, there will be one tonight after the show. Courtesy Brad.
Yes.
Ready to cut my hair now?
Yeah, go wash it. So until next Sunday, put yourself in a high risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember,
We recover better together.